Did you hear what Kyle Gass said? You know Kyle Gass?
No.
The guitarist for Tenacious D?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he shut down Tenacious D.
His birthday wish, because he had a concert on his birthday, and his birthday wish was that next time, don't miss, or something like that.
Ooh.
And Jack Black canceled the rest of the tour and all future.
I think he dismantled the band.
He's like worried about their safety or what?
No,
or
he's like that. He was like that comment was like way too much or whatever.
That's crazy.
Goodbye, Trent.
Peace.
Which I thought that was crazy. I was like, wow, that's a cancel right there. You cancel your own band.
Yeah.
Just because of
it's pretty serious.
I mean, it's a poor tasted comment.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Should you cancel a whole band over it? I don't know.
Hashtag cancel.
One that I heard was somebody posted a meme and was like, "This is why you don't get your ear pierced at Claire's."
Well, those it seems like every time they try to, the Trump haters try to destroy him, it works in his favor. Like the mugshot, there was a huge community of people who now are like, now he's my man because he's got a mugshot. You know, a lot of people turn towards him because he's got that. And then the legal stuff, you know, you got the Supreme Court now saying that essentially a president is immune from legal ramifications if he does something when he's in office or something. You know, that's a broad generalization of it. But
wow, a lot has happened since we talked last because they had that and just barely his classified documents case got dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one too.
That's another spaghetti noodle that didn't stick to the wall.
Yeah, I guess.
I got to tell you something. So I've been on very much on the fence of like, whatever. I don't know. Like I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden, whatever. And this is just how my mind works. I'm more liking Trump now than I was before.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, somebody seriously wants him dead. I don't actually think stuff like that just happens as an accident. You know what I mean?
You think it's the Democrats?
I don't think it's the Democrats necessarily, but
or it's some kind of cabal that
the week prior to this assassination attempt, Putin came out and said some stuff about Trump. Did you see that or hear that?
I did. Didn't he say like?
I can paraphrase it, but please look it up. Basically, he said, you know, in regards to Trump running for office, he has stated that he wants to pull out of Ukraine. He wants to end the war in Ukraine. Obviously, we need to figure out the details of what that means exactly. But I take him very seriously. This is Putin saying this. I take him very seriously and would respect his or not respect.
He pretty much said like we would be down for that.
Yeah,
like,
he said we are in support of that.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, we got to figure out how we're going to do that. But I'm in support because I think Trump is dead serious about this.
So you think it was Ukraine or
someone that wants
a weapons
us to
manufacturer that wants to keep the war going?
Anyone that thinks that the left or the right are the most powerful people, no, it's somebody else.
Yeah,
you know, and somebody's else. And I think that on a global scale, like he's pissed off some people that, frankly, I'm okay with being pissed off because we need to stand for something again.
Yeah. As soon as I saw and heard about this, my conspiracy theory mind like started firing.
Man. Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is like the timing. Like Biden, they just had this debate, and I feel like this debate was like a huge turning point in like how media reports Biden. Because I feel like before this, Biden would get up and be like, blah, 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 and they'll be like, he did fine.
Yeah.
he had a cold.
And then they did this debate, and it was like, everyone was like, whoa, we got to get Biden to back out. This was terrible.
Wasn't it weird that it was the first debate that had nap time? Like halfway through?
Nap time?
That's so weird.
I don't remember that part.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
ginger ale and crackers.
Yeah. Something to keep the blood sugar going. Some high fiber bars.
What was so bizarre about the debate for me is when I watched him, Biden probably did a little better than I expected him to do.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm like, okay, I can pretty much kind of understand. Oh, yep, that's a complete nonsense sentence. That's expected. But everyone else, like in the media, my perception at least, was like, oh my gosh, this was horrible. It's like, well, haven't you watched this guy at all for the last 4 years?
Really.
Like, this isn't a surprise.
No.
Like, and so you've had all these people come out. George Clooney was like, I said,
wait, George Clooney's a huge supporter of
the
Biden?
holy liberal. Well, he's been outspoken liberal for a long time.
That wasn't a joke at all. I seriously have no idea.
Oh, I don't know either. I just know that everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, George Clooney told him to quit," and so it was like suddenly everybody's like actually thinking about it. Like, we might have to replace this guy, and in the context of all that, Trump gets attempted shot or whatever. Like,
attempted to unalive him.
yeah. I mean,
Good job.
especially because, and I've said this on the podcast before, there's always been so much vitriol against Trump that I've said, like, I'm amazed someone hasn't tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Because it's just like always Trump. And now they're like, if Trump wins, democracy will die. Not American democracy or the principle of American democracy. Democracy, period. In the world will die. Like, if this guy wins.
Tyranny will reign.
Yeah.
So in that context, all of that makes sense that somebody would get mad and want to shoot this guy. But that it happened right after this big turning point where now Biden might really actually lose. Like, that's something to think about, I think.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to think about it.
yeah, but the kid is like, just like a nobody. Like, he seemed, I feel bad. I look at the pictures. He looks like he's 12.
I'm
Like,
telling you, he's like a CIA plant or something.
you think so?
Or KGB or
Yeah.
The Canadian?
FBI.
Jonathan
No, the kid
Crooks.
that shot him.
Jonathan Crooks.
Oh, the kid that shot him.
You don't
Yeah.
say his name.
The
F that guy.
We don't say his name.
Oh, because that
We'll
makes him
bleep it
like
out.
famous
It
or whatever.
doesn't actually matter. Whatever.
Who shall not be named.
The eight people that listen will understand.
It's so bizarre. Like, this kid lives an hour away. He grabs his dad's rifle, drives to the convention, walks right in, climbs on top of a building. There's no way he was familiar with this area. Like, maybe, but they don't like announce where he's going until like a few days before, don't they?
What caliber
I don't know.
rifle was it?
It was
I don't know if
apparent.
they've
They
said.
said it was an AR-15, which
But
but to the left, all guns that look scary are AR-15s.
anything
So,
colored black is an AR-15.
yeah, with the handle and maybe something cool looking on it.
Does that matter?
I don't think he had a good scope, is what I'm saying.
Oh no.
He-
Well,
He probably
130
should have
yards
practiced a little
is
better.
not a hard shot.
Nope.
And
I know this sounds terrible to say, but I mean, someone's got to talk
It's
about
not a hard shot, but how high is the adrenaline of a person who, for the first time, is going to murder someone and also murder the president? And like, there's like security everywhere. Like, it's probably
Yeah.
a pretty hard shot.
Yeah, knowing
Well,
that you're
so-
most likely going to die.
it was spot
Yeah.
on until he moved his head.
Yeah.
It was a lethal shot if he didn't move his head.
Well, and when he realized he missed, from my perception, is he started firing off a bunch, and that's when he started hitting other people.
From my understanding, I think he shot, 2 or 3 rounds, and then all the other gunshots are firing at him.
Yeah.
And killing
Yeah.
him.
Well, he-
oh, yeah.
When
That
you
makes
listen to
sense.
the
Didn't
video.
some spectators die?
Yeah.
One, and then 2
One.
got sent to the hospital. One was seriously injured.
yeah, one of them was a guy who was shielding his daughter.
Oh.
I think that's the guy that
A
died.
firefighter. I think
He
he's a
died.
fire chief. He's what he. Yeah,
Oh,
he's the one that
man.
died.
That's
I was telling
awful.
Colleen, I'm like, can you imagine? He is probably set for life financially. I'll bet you Trump. I mean, the bullet that's intended to kill you kills someone behind you. Trump's probably like, he's going to take care of that
Taking care of his
family.
Oh,
family.
right. Yeah.
He's just, I think that's the kind of guy he is.
I
think,
can't see Trump doing that, but like Elon Musk, maybe.
Are you kidding? You can't see Trump doing that?
No, I don't know why.
I could see him doing it.
Maybe.
Well, one, it would look great
Yeah.
to everyone else.
2, it's a
as
tax
a
write-off.
as a politician,
Tax write-off.
he
Yeah.
should. I think Trump should wear a huge earring now in that hole.
Oh,
that says
he should get a
like,
tattoo.
something like "you missed" or something
Yeah.
like that.
Fight.
Fight, yeah, with a fist.
See,
I mean, those photos after, like, these are the most famous campaign photos will be ever for a long time.
For sure.
He should win the Pulitzer Prize for that photo.
Right.
I'm dead serious.
Who? Oh,
His
The
fight
photographer.
photo? The photographer.
Yeah, where his fists up in the air and the American flags in the background on the two cranes.
Secret
and
Service
down
is
his
all
blood's
face.
coming down
Yeah.
his face. It's epic.
yeah.
Like almost too epic.
Yeah, it's like
Then there
all
was-
Was he in on it?
Then you could see the photo of when
think
after
that-
the bullet whizzed past his ear.
See, that's
You see that one?
I saw it.
I heard
briefly.
there was a shot with the bullet in the air or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That conspiracy theory to me is like for some reason the strongest is that Trump actually orchestrated this.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I had thought that too, and I think it's just crazy that we probably will never like really know.
Yeah. It's
You
like
think he put
And
a
I-
squib
and they want
in
it
his
that
ear
way.
and
Yeah.
just splattered blood.
Well,
yeah, it could be that. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, he wouldn't do something that ended up killing someone else. Like that'd be
True.
nuts.
Yeah,
Maybe
True.
he's really alive.
But it did
I mean, I can go all day with this conspiracy
yeah,
theory.
because they do that with other like shootouts. They say that the people are still alive, and they're, all the conspiracies.
Well,
around
the-
that
yeah.
stuff.
The security was grossly mismanaged
Yeah.
because
I think that.
to not have view of or snipers on the roof 130 yards away from where the president's speaking was a massive mistake.
Well, that's like
It is
I'm
bizarre.
not a law enforcement person at all. Although with the caveat that my father was, so like I have a minuscule amount of like whatever. So if I rolled in there and for some dumb reason I was in charge, the first thing I'm thinking is like, where can people shoot from?
Yeah.
Like with a rifle.
And they
Yeah.
do that. But they do that on these campaign things. They will go for every spot. And there was a CNN woman at the Republican National Convention who interviewed current congressman who has the longest shot and the most kills as a sniper. He was a Navy SEAL sniper, and he has all the knowledge about this topic. And he was basically saying when a political person comes and speaks somewhere, they canvass the entire area, and they will have up to 500 yards complete coverage and view of everything. They have snipers everywhere. And in this case, it just seems like it was totally mismanaged. Did you see the video of them people filming him on the roof?
Yeah.
Like there's a guy on the roof calling the police.
Yeah.
So there's a guy on
and
the roof.
he's like
he
kind
has
of
a gun.
scrambling around.
Yeah.
He went on the roof 3 times.
Yeah.
One
so
to scope
crazy.
things out. Next one to use a viewfinder
Yeah.
to find the distance of the shot. And then the next one he went up with his gun. And apparently there were police officers inside that building at the time.
Yeah. That's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
It is.
It's so weird. And it's weird because, like you said, so many people are like, oh yeah, now it's Trump 100%. Like, and it's just like surreal. Like, like, I don't know.
And then it makes you think more like, okay, maybe it was orchestrated in his favor.
Yeah. Well, it's just so, it goes back to like September 11th. And Jeff mentioned this early on in the podcast. When September 11th happened, it was like, wow, this is horrible for Republicans. So like, what's behind that? Is it, and that's why like a lot of people felt like Democrats had to be behind it because it worked in their favor so much. And now we know that that's not true. I mean, all from the gist of it, it's all Trump supporters or whatever. But this guy, like, apparently is Republican. I also thought too, though, like I could actually see a conversation between like top Republicans and Democrats in this situation and be like, hey, we need to like portray this kid as like politically ambiguous because we don't want to start, like, we don't want this to escalate. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh yeah, he's a registered Republican, but he donated to this. I could see that happening just so that they like simmer it down or whatever. Because if it came out that this guy was like pro Nancy Pelosi or whatever and had I hate Trump all over his car, I could see the other side getting
Really fired up.
fired up about that. So I don't know.
You guys remember when that one president got assassinated in the theater?
No.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
That was
Abraham Lincoln.
That was so crazy.
This is the first, I think this is the first assassination attempt of a president or former president in our lifetime.
since Reagan.
Since Reagan.
Reagan was 81, I think.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And that secured the election for him, I think.
Oh,
I've
really?
heard that when that failed, then a lot of people turned towards Reagan.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so funny, though, because, like, I watched Biden did, like, a day address or whatever, and then he did, like, an Oval Office address that night, and he's like, under no circumstance would he ever use political violence. However, the stakes are so high, I can see how people would, like, it was really, like, bizarre.
No.
And then he went straight into, like, on Monday, the Republicans are going to say blah, blah, blah about me, but I've been doing this. Like, it went straight into campaign. I'm like, this is absurd. Like, this is supposed to only be about don't shoot presidents.
Stick to the message.
Right.
The other thing, too, that I love, because it was Trump, obviously, that had this happen to him, is that he brought up, he's like, let's not forget that this is not the first attack on a political blah, 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 including, and he brought up January 6th. And I'm like, come on, dude. Everyone knows you think that Trump is directly to blame for January 6th.
Yeah.
Are you basically saying, like, serves you right or what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about Nancy Pelosi getting attacked by, like, her husband getting attacked by, like, his lover or whatever that person was.
I mean, that was crazy. That was
there's a bunch of crazy
weird
stuff,
thing.
for sure.
But that one, as we also talked about, kind of seemed to be less politically motivated, and maybe there was some
More
weird personal
Yeah.
thing going on. I don't know.
A landscaper that was unpaid, something like that.
Nah, yeah, I don't know.
Now,
But-
that's a lot of heroin
Yeah,
or fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Ruined
it's
it.
crazy. That's a crazy thing
It's
to
a
happen.
circus.
It's so
It is a
the circus just got, like you said, you were like, if another clown came out, would you care? But
Yeah,
this
exactly.
clown came out and did fly up
Well,
to the ceiling
you don't
and
see
then
clowns-
blew up
You-
and then like appeared down
Yeah.
in the audience somewhere.
Aside from John
So-
Wayne Gacy, you don't see clowns bleed that often.
Yeah,
So that was kind of interesting.
it's crazy.
You know your
And
murder
that's why
history.
Trump's going to win
Yeah.
because he's the best clown in town.
So have you thought about like, so Trump wins,
Uh-huh.
how's it going to be? Like, is it just going to be like before where the media, like constantly?
I hope so.
It's like every time he picks his nose.
The content is amazing with
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, I wouldn't care.
I actually like, I had this feeling when he got shot, like over the last few days. I'm like, I actually am glad this happened. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but like the mood and the way that media report on Trump and everything has like dialed down like 1,000
out.
notches. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like, and people are talking about him like he's a human being, which is
Weird.
different.
Unique.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not saying, I mean, Trump dishes out a lot of crap and deserves
Yeah.
probably a lot, but it's gotten crazy, I think. And I think that's what they're all saying. Like, we got to tone down the political discourse.
Yeah.
Did you hear Biden like 2 weeks ago tweeted it out? Time to put Trump in the bullseye.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
And he came out and
He
said, like,
deleted it.
he came out recently and said, like, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
said that. And he's like, I was saying that we need to be always focused on him politically
Yeah,
and focused on his lies and the debate and focused
Any
on
person with
this
common
and this.
sense can recognize that's a political statement.
Yeah.
It's time to put the focus on where it needs to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, more or less push him out of the race.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, a poorly worded.
Poorly worded thing and
Sentence.
terrible timing.
Yeah.
So
Yep. That'll cause people to need a safe room. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm just so fascinated. Like, is this going to get worse? Are there going to be more attempts? Is this just like one thing? If he is president, will there be attempts then? And that's why I was saying before, I'm just kind of over this guy. It's not even, there's a part of it, and I voted for him before. There's a part of it where it's like, I'm over him politically. Like, I don't think he's the best guy. But more than that, I'm just over hearing the name Donald Trump. Like, I'm just tired of it.
So, is this going to be the last episode we mention him?
Oh,
Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
We'll do it.
Should
In
we
every
start a
episode.
Trump jar?
Trump jar.
Trump jar. No, but I do also like talking about him. I don't like hearing about him in the news, but I like to talk about him.
Yeah. You like him.
Do you
have a
understand?
crush
I
on
love him. He's my best
You
friend.
want to
Love
kiss
him.
him.
All my underwear is MAGA red.
You want to
Yeah.
take him on a date.
Take him on a
You
date.
want to. You hope he puts out.
Yeah.
You want
So-
to touch his hair.
So we should just illegalize murder,
Uh-huh.
and then that would solve the problem.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So problem solved.
Problem
Okay.
solved.
Wow, the heat just takes it out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
I'm
I've been at
sweating.
the pool all day.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
tired.
Which
I know.
pool?
Provo
AF?
pool.
Provo.
Yeah, Provo.
Provo's a good
There are a
one.
lot of pretty
Provo.
people there.
Pretty
Not
Provo
the PG
people.
pool.
Say that 10 times fast.
Lots
I
of
mean,
one
I would say
pieces.
average. No, there were quite a few 2 pieces.
So let me tell you what I observed, because I know this episode is entitled "What People Think About Pools," but we I've noted. I'll take my son to the pool, the outdoor pool in West Valley. If the demographic between Saturdays and Sundays is drastically different,
Uh-huh.
and being a pool, there's no. I don't know if any other pool has like a dress code.
Less
but, like,
garments at the pool on
Oh.
Sunday.
Saturdays, a lot more, one pieces, a little more modest. You go on a Sunday and it's like, I don't even know where you buy swimsuits like that. I guess Blue Boutique, just because I saw them on the mannequins. But
Blue boot.
like,
Uh-huh.
Like that
what is it
one-
called?
that one
like right up the
Speedo-
butt. Is that a G-string?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
one Speedo that Sacha
Yeah.
Baron Cohen wears that goes up
Yeah.
over his shoulder.
I mean, the guys are usually a little better, but it's the girls that it's like,
Yeah, you definitely see a lot of cheekage.
even
on
at Provo
Sundays.
Pool.
I don't even know if Provo Pool's open on Sunday.
Oh, probably not.
Valid.
Yeah, probably not.
The rec center pool,
But-
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rec center. But what's today? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
There were a lot of cheeks on a Tuesday.
Mini cheeks.
Provo.
All
Yeah.
the cheeks.
I am to the point now where if I look like I was born in the 1920s. Like I'm not joking. I wear full, like it's like a half turtleneck. It's an O'Neill swim shirt,
Yeah.
like surfing shirt, and it's like full length down to my wrists.
And one of those gardener hats.
dead
that's like
serious.
Yeah,
4
with
feet
the
wide.
flaps on the side,
I
and
wear-
then you've got like white nose from.
No, not quite, but might as well. I wear a baseball hat and sunglasses and my shirt, and I'm like totally don't give a crap.
Yeah.
It used to be
Yeah, you
due to
sunburn.
insecurities if I ever wore a shirt somewhere, like swimming.
Yeah.
But now it's like I truly just do
You just
not
don't wanna
want
get sunburned?
Oh, it's the worst ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You-
did I tell you this story? I was in Aruba once.
Yeah.
And Aruba is Dutch owned, so everyone there is like pasty white and blonde, like Vikings, right? The locals. They're all like white people, but it's right at the equator. And I noticed that the guys doing all the tour guides, they are all wearing swim shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why do you guys wear swim shirts? And they're like, well, it's SPF rated, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, all the locals wear swim shirts. You're stupid if you don't.
Yeah.
They're like, you can tell it's a tourist when they don't wear a shirt.
Really?
And you're like, I was like, yeah. And they all looked awesome. They were like cool people. And I
Yeah.
was like, screw this. I'm buying a shirt when I get home.
See, I go out without a shirt for like an hour, and then I'll put a swim shirt on. I don't like sunscreen. I'm like, I'd
Yeah,
rather
I don't
spend
like
like
sunscreen either.
50 minutes.
Such
like,
a burden
put-
to put
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I usually just fry.
yeah. Just roast.
Call me old fashioned. I just like
Come here, skin cancer.
Yeah.
Come on. Up on mama's lap.
Come on. Hit me, Rays.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean-
I burn so easily
Yeah.
that it's.
Yeah.
I guess
If we haven't told this story
before.
before, we went
It's
to
not
Lake.
as-
We'll tell it
We
again.
went to
go
Lake
ahead.
Powell,
Uh-huh.
and Jeff like didn't bring sunscreen or something, and like
Or
went out
shade.
for a
Or
yeah.
shade.
There's
Didn't
no
bring any
shade down
with
there,
me.
and he was purple.
Oh.
His whole body.
It sucks because it happened day one.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the
that
rest
is
of the
tragic.
trip, I'm
That's
like,
horrible.
Yeah, he like curled up in his sleeping bag like the rest
Which was
of the
probably
afternoon.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
400
It's
degrees.
super
Oh
hot.
my gosh.
He's like trying to escape the sun. His whole body's on fire.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That was one of the worst because it wasn't just the sunburn. It was then every day is 110 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just being outside is
it's
like
like,
horrible.
Jeff, you want to ride on the tube? No, thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna die here.
I'll just sit here
This is
and
how I
shiver.
die.
This is how I die.
Yeah,
No.
it was
Burned
miserable.
alive.
But anyway, I've had that enough in my life that I'm like, yep, I'm the guy that wears the swim shirt.
Yeah.
It's
fine.
okay
You
with
get
me.
smarter
That's
as you get
fine.
older.
Apparently not me.
Well,
Just
just
kidding.
get
I'll
older.
put on a shirt.
I got
Occasionally.
my Chaco lines of my feet burned right in when we went hiking because
That's
I just
good.
Oh.
I hadn't worn sandals at all this
When
season.
the Tetons,
Yeah.
this last one.
And I just hiked down like 7 miles in the Chacos for the first
Yeah.
time, and then my feet were burned.
Burning
Really?
your feet, I feel like, and your ears are like two of the worst spots
Yeah.
to get burned.
And you know where I didn't know before? I didn't know this before, but when you don't have a toenail and it
Uh-huh.
gets sunburned, it's not very
Oh.
pleasant.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
Yeah,
us more
it's-
about
it
that,
kind of
Phil.
like
I'm
deep in
curious.
there. Feels like, you
Just
know what I
like
mean?
that UV's just penetrating straight into your
Yeah,
nub.
where they weren't
Into your
supposed
soul.
to,
Nub.
you know, where you were meant to have like a thing there,
Your
but it's
unshielded
gone.
nub.
Your nub.
Get it?
Disgusting, Phil.
Yeah,
That's gross.
disgusting.
I think the worst place to get sunburned, in my opinion, is your sides right here.
Penis.
Because
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Wrong.
my penis is nocturnal. I don't know how
My-
yours. It's been moonburnt before,
Yeah.
but never sunburnt.
I've
Yeah,
only had mine burnt once, and it was terrible.
Your penis?
If you put extra condiments on it, it's fine.
Moon burnt.
But like, if you burn your sides, the problem is like you can't like and I mean up on like your armpit.
I see what you're saying. You can't
because
put
your
it down.
arms touch them. You're like it's constant.
When you're
agony.
walking, you gotta.
Yeah.
and
do
like you
the-
go to sleep and it like anyway.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
terrible.
Back and shoulders are bad. I guess everywhere.
It doesn't-
Everywhere's
yeah.
terrible.
yeah.
She recants her statement. Any sunburn is the
Yeah.
worst ever.
Yes.
It's like choosing your favorite limb.
Amen.
I've
Just
tried.
can't.
Do you,
You
have you
just
ever?
can't.
You ever?
Can't pick a favorite.
I can't do the gel stuff, the aloe vera gel.
Oh,
Oh
after?
yeah.
So what
I've
do you do?
Tried it before, and it hurts so bad, like a million needles constantly
so
poking into
funny.
my skin.
Really? It's
Yeah.
not soothing
It's
at all?
Terrible.
Because my daughter,
You-
who is whiter than I am, actually says the exact same thing, and I was like, "Wow, we
It
need to
hurts
get a
so
different
bad.
brand or something."
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bought 3 or 4 different kinds, and she
Maybe
hates
you're
it.
allergic
It felt
to
like
aloe.
acid. I've used aloe before, like in
Real?
lotion and non-sunburn relief stuff.
Have you used real aloe?
Like from the plant, you just like
Yeah.
slice it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Does
used
that hurt?
Does that hurt?
on
on
sunburn?
sunburn. I don't know if I've done it on a sunburn, but I have on cuts and stuff.
Okay, we'll
And
try it
then
out and
doesn't
report
ever
back.
hurt.
Yeah. Can you please do
For
all the
science,
homework?
you need to
Someone
go out and
cut
get
me.
sunburned so that we know.
It might be one of those things like cilantro. Like
Oh,
some
that tastes
people.
like
Oh, yeah.
soap. That's
yeah.
me.
Is it really?
Yes, I
Oh
do
no,
not like
I feel so
cilantro.
bad for
I know.
you.
Lots of people feel bad for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Trust me, I hear it every day in the
I'm
summer.
every day of my
Oh.
When I
damn
go to
life,
Costa
someone's
Vida.
like, "Oh,
That's
don't
the
want
worst.
cilantro?
I don't want cilantro."
It's so
All right.
sad that I have to delete your number from my
I-
phone.
I really thought we were friends.
That is sad because I really wanted you to come
Cilantro's the
down
best.
to my property and I was going to cook this dish.
Oh, with cilantro.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Now I don't want you to
Damn.
come.
Darn.
Just you might want to leave right now. Actually,
Oh, that's
my daughter
worst.
told me the other day, cilantro smells like stink bugs, and I was like, oh my gosh, it totally does.
Yeah.
But it's
so
I
good.
but you
love
like the,
the
taste?
smell and taste of it, but I hate the smell of stink bugs.
I will,
can't
Amber.
do
I will
it.
get
I
a
don't
street
even know if I wanna
taco
hear this.
sized taco.
Yeah, barf. I already want to barf.
and
right now.
I will put like probably 3
All the cilantro.
Chuck full of
tablespoons.
cilantro and raw onions too, probably. Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Stop
No.
it!
Oh,
No, I
no,
know.
I-
Amber.
I'm getting turned on right now. Stop it! What about the little carrots that they put with the jalapenos?
Okay, I do like those.
Thank God.
Okay, we can be
Okay.
friends.
Anyway,
You can go to
Ooh.
Phil's cabin,
Yes.
their property now.
Oh, the
Okay.
salsa I
does
make
it-
every season. All my fresh
Has a lot
tomatoes.
of okay, well listen, if it's
cilantro.
combined with other things and it's not
Just
super
plain?
heavy, I
Yeah.
can handle it.
Yeah, because I was watching some cooking show
Put
once,
chocolate
and
on the
they're
soap,
like,
it's fine.
Yeah.
they said the culinarily correct.
Say it again.
N-
This is my new
not
favorite thing.
culinary.
Airily.
The culinarily correct.
You narrowly
Method.
got it.
You wouldn't
Say it
say
again.
the culinary correct.
Oh,
Go for it. Keep going. No, if you say it a few times, it sounds normal.
You'd say the culinarily correct method of like cooking Mexican is to use parsley because of that.
really?
So like if you go to a fancy restaurant, apparently that's not exclusively a Mexican restaurant. They will use parsley in
that
lieu of.
seems interesting though that they would cater to like a low
Embers.
percent. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm not
'cause
sad
the-
about it, but
Because the person I was watching said that. They said genetically some people taste soap when they eat cilantro. So in like a fancy restaurant, they use parsley instead. I've tried to use parsley and it's horrible.
yeah, that
It's
seems like,
like,
it'd be
I feel so
totally
bad
different
for you.
taste.
I don't know how you live.
I know.
Why
It's
don't they
been
just,
rough. It's really been rough. So I
don't they just
appreciate
take-
the sympathy.
Why don't they just take the green bags from like Dollar Tree and just chop them up and just throw those on? Right?
Green
Instead
bags.
Yeah,
of
it
the
tastes the
grocery
same.
bags.
Plastic.
It
Yeah.
tastes the
Yeah.
same.
Instead of parsley,
There you go.
you're saying?
We're not friends
It's
anymore.
fine. Oh,
It's so
Daggers.
it's
My
so
heart.
sad, Amber. I just can't wrap my head around it. Because I was like, when we started this conversation, I'm like, some poor soul
some
somewhere.
poor
and it was
soul
weird.
sitting next to me. Yes.
He
yes.
wakes up every morning thinking, "Man, I'm
You
glad I
just
don't know
text me like,
people that
I'm really
don't
sorry
like
you don't
cilantro."
like
No, I
cilantro.
actually know quite a few that, like my grandmother doesn't like it. I know a few people, but I
We just made Loma
What does it?
Saltado.
Okay, but what does it taste like
It's
to
like-
you if it doesn't taste like soap?
Well,
It's
no,
like
it's-
cilantro.
Like cilantro, there's
so it
literally
does.
nothing
It does
else
need
like
to be
it,
mixed
Thanks.
in with
except
other
stink
things,
bugs.
but it just adds this like fresh zestness, like with some lime in
Zest.
there. Oh my goodness!
I do love
cilantro
lime.
lime.
Lime
Oh,
totally
lime
adds
is
zest.
amazing.
Yeah,
Do you like the rice at Costa Vida and all the other places?
Yeah.
With
See,
the-
I feel like I can
okay.
handle it in small
Okay.
doses.
Okay.
It's
so
just
I think we're getting somewhere.
okay.
I think we can work with this.
Jeff, do you want her number
It's not
again?
hopeless. Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
give
can
you
you
her
Put it
number
back in.
again.
Send me your contact.
Yeah.
If cilantro lime rice
Let me
is
just-
okay, then fine.
I just like fake it. I'm like, I actually love cilantro.
I love it, guys.
Because I was,
Okay.
I was lying.
Oh, you're
the
talking
whole time.
cilantro.
Oh,
I thought you were saying
meaning soap.
celery.
You make me feel so much better. Thank you.
Did we close? We did. Bye.
All right.
Oh, we're done
Oh,
with everything?
oh, because you were doing the thing.
He already ended like 20 minutes
I did
ago.
end it, and then
I
I gave
thought-
the outro intro,
And then we kept
and
talking.
then we kept
again.
talking.
So-
I'm not
so-
talking. I was really quiet.
Patreon.
So edit all
American
that
Fork.
together.
Oh,
Thanks.
just
Instagram.
splice it?
Yeah, put that cilantro bit in there.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'll put that at
Real
the beginning.
good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just call this episode cilantro,
Oh, nice.
and then no one will know what the
And
heck
then-
we're talking about until the very end.
Why does cilantro
Deepest-
taste like soap?
Yeah.
Stink
Yeah.
bug soap.
And then deepest sympathies for Amber.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. President Trump.
We'll,
Amber.
we'll,
Amber's
we'll just
friendship.
title it your phone number, and people can text you. What is wrong with you?
Text condolences.
Okay. So that's
Sorry
the end of
you
the
lost
podcast.
friends.
That happened.
That happened.
That's
Yeah.
the end.
Edit all that
There's
together.
Jeff's
something else?
really
It's
upset
over.
about it.
There's
Do
something
you have
else you
another
wanna do?
subject you want to talk about?
I don't know. Seems like we did a pretty good job.